Hi, everybody. Welcome to Am I the Asshole podcast. I'm Danny Vega, joined by my lovely, lovable, now with fresh spring scent, Sarah Levine.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Whoo, Sarah, I'm back. I am back.
Yeah, I was thinking about you. I was like worried about your stomach.
This is crazy. I don't even know what. I mean, the doctors think it's a parasite
Ew.
or an allergy, and I'm leaning parasite. Because basically it's a very this is so gross, guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm just gonna spill it.
Boy.
It's a smell, and it's a very distinct smell, and I've never smelled it
What, like
before. And it honestly,
you know what? I don't think I want to know.
yeah, my my thoughts smell like this, and it's funny because the smell is, I swear to God, I smelled it before at the park by the ducks over there.
Oh,
I swear I smelled it. So I think it's like some kind of crazy, nasty duck parasite or some
Ew.
shit.
gross.
I don't know.
Stop going swimming with the ducks, Danny.
I know, right? You go one little swim with the ducks, then and guys, I don't know. Well, you guys don't know the whole backlog here, but Monday and Tuesday of this week, I was in the worst pain of my entire life. I had appendicitis. That was a Disney cruise compared to the pain I was in.
Oy.
Monday and Tuesday. And the most striking thing about it is it was literally just gas. I was just a gassy ass motherfucker, burping, belching. No, not even the other side, just burps and belch. And I was just grabbing my chest for literally 48 hours, pretty much. Like I would have like 20 minutes off or so from gas duty.
Wow, that's horrible.
I'm back though, and wow, life is good. Life is good. I'm eating rice. I'm up to rice and eggs. This is the craziest thing I've eaten.
Love it.
Whew. Let me say, I got a lot of sympathy now. I know quarantine was hard on us all. We all went through a lot of emotional shit, but shout out to my people in chronic physical pain. That shit is no joke. You can't just run when you're in physical pain. There's no way out. Yep. So I feel for you people. I hope you got legal pot in your state. And I hope you're not addicted to opiates like a lot of Americans are. But I hope you have a great day, physical pain people.
All right.
I guess it did get dark. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. It's nice out today, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to go to the park.
Watch the ducks. Be careful.
Yeah. Avoid the ducks. Actually, I don't think there are ducks at this park.
What a relief.
Phew. Narrowly escaped.
Shout out to our new Patreon, Christina. Christina, welcome to the pod. I did actually bring Christina in.
Yes.
We are so happy to have her. As a matter of fact, I started conversing with her because I found this out. This is great. You're going to like this, Sarah. You always talk about, there's a kind of a meme about it. Everyone talks to their old high school friends because they're in an MLM. Something horrible, right? It's always an MLM or, they want to invite you to their death cult.
Death cult. I would welcome a death cult.
You would welcome a death cult, but most people wouldn't. So I'm in Arizona and my good buddy Troy goes, "Hey man, do you know about Joy?" And I go, "That sounds familiar." And he goes, "Joy, we went to high school with her and she's a musician and she has some hits."
Cool.
I put on her hits. I gotta say, I'm really into she's got this track Sunday. It's her hit. So, I mean, it's like her number one. So I'm like kind of a hacky, like lame day one fan. But this shit slaps.
Yay.
Slaps. One of the best tracks I've heard in some time. I've been playing it on loop. So anyway, there's an album cover and all these people that I know from Casa Grande are in the album cover.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I texted Christina because our other patron, Lauren, was like, "Oh, that's Christina." And so we started chatting. And look at that. It got us a patron.
Oh, my God. Cool. Love it.
Maybe I can reach out to Joy and be like, "Yo, can we play your song on the pod? Can it be a new pod song?" So that's all the juice I really have for you today. You got anything else?
Love it.
How's your boyf?
He's good. He's we're going to the park today. You guys are recording on a Saturday, switching it up for my friend's birthday. So he's going to come. And
great.
That's it. I used wireless earbuds today for the first time. And wow.
What the hell, Sarah?
What a game changer.
What the hell? Wireless earbuds in 2021? You're just now finding out?
See, the thing is, like, I always thought they would fall out of my ear because the Apple headphones, like it's really dicey in my right ear. And I'm like, that's a very expensive gamble to take. But my mom got me like some from Brookstone for Hanukkah. And I left my other headphones at my boyfriend's, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do on my run? I can't be alone with my thoughts. So I was like, let's fire up these bad boys.
Sarah, the original AirPods came out in 2016, so you're half a decade late to the party, but welcome. A lot of us are enjoying wireless freedom.
Oh, yeah. Pretty nice. I did have to like constantly kind of push them in. I almost lost them like one time. It fell out. But so far, so good.
Yes, a lot of people may not know this, at least with AirPods. They do actually come, the AirPod Pros, with different sizes. And I was using the medium size, and, falling out was a real problem. And then I realized, because I do have small ears,
yes,
if you want to
small
roast
ear
me.
gang. Double masking is really fucking hard.
Yeah. Oh, double mask, small ear gang. I don't know if I can get into that gang, but I'll meet you at small ear gang.
Wait, you don't double mask, or you just don't have an issue with it?
No, I don't double mask.
Oh.
It's too much.
Okay, well, when I'm on the subway, I double mask. That's pretty much it.
Thorough. Hey, I got one vaccine, one to go. I hope you all are getting vaccinated out there. They say now that we're running out of people who are going to get willingly vaccinated.
Right. Well,
did you see this?
I read something about like a gender disparity. More women are getting vaccinated.
Oh, I buy that.
Yeah.
Women are more responsible about everything.
Yeah. And also more willing to endure like slight discomfort.
I think so. My experience is that women have a higher pain tolerance than men. I think that's very true.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to.
Totally. Totally. Oh, you got to deal with guys. There we go.
Hey,
I roasted the men.
Wow.
I roasted the men. I did it, people.
There we go. I love it.
All right. I feel good. I feel like this was a good opening. I love you guys.
I'm down. Let's go.
You down? Actually, I forgot. There's some, first of all, I got Justin in my ear. He goes, you did not acknowledge the blue balls thing sufficiently. What
not
did he
this
say?
again.
I know. Well, he said, here's what he said.
Don't care. Okay. But yeah, what did he say?
I think he made a good point. He goes, thanks for the shout on the pod. Saying you don't believe in it because you don't experience it is like me saying car sickness doesn't exist because it doesn't happen to me. I own it. I own it. Justin, I accept that blue balls is a problem in some individuals. I own it.
That seems fair.
I
don't think it's like a made up phenomenon, but I think that guys, or like mostly teenagers, will like sort of use it to try to manipulate people into sex or just like doing more stuff than they want,
Yes. Yes. We also got a review here that's very nice.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, great podcast to unwind after a stressful day. Danny and Sarah are great hosts and make me laugh out loud every episode. As soon as I get a job, I'm joining the Patreon.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Oh, we'll love to have you. It's so fun. We're doing happy hours. We're doing one, I guess, by the time this comes out tomorrow. So join the Patreon. You get to schmooze with us and the other patrons. Yes. It's a really good time. Patreon.com/AITA pod.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for submitting, Dommy. Oh, wait, this review is from 2020. What's wrong with this stupid website I used? Well, it pushed an old review.
Whoops.
Anyway, I guess we're just tooting our own horn. But suffice to say, just to back up what Sarah said, we are doing bi-weekly happy hours now. They've been so fun. This is a new initiative I have to take the Patreon experience to the next level. An interactive lifestyle experience.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong, because look, I get it, people. You could spend $10 on Netflix, or didn't you tell me Netflix is like $15
Netflix is like
now?
$15 now. It's kind of nuts. They just keep upping it, and they might notify me, but I'm just like, whatever at this point. It could be $1 million, and I probably wouldn't know.
So the way it works, guys, is it's $5 a month, but like Christina, for instance, paid $50.40, and that gives you a year-long Patreon subscription. So you're getting a bonus episode every single week. You're getting the bi-weekly happy hour we're doing now. You can text me everything. We communicate. We love it. We love the community we have. We've got some great patrons. So you get it. This is a big commercial. You're tired of it. Let's play some Guess the Verdict.
Let's fucking go.
AITA for telling my fiance I don't like her wedding dress.
Ah. Oh, I feel like he's the asshole for that. Or no assholes here.
Everyone sucks here.
Okay.
Oh, you went no assholes here?
Well, yeah, but that's still
You know-
wrong.
No, it actually may not be wrong because I believe the verdict I pulled was actually inferred. It's actually a weird one. Let me go into the story. She asked him for God's honest truth.
Oy.
She revealed her wedding dress.
No.
Yes.
Oy.
Why?
I
Who
don't know.
does this? He said he was disappointed. And one of the reasons he said, and this is where I actually turned on both of them for a moment,
No.
the wedding was forest/whimsical thing.
No. I
people.
hate that.
Please. Please don't be a wood nymph at your wedding. Please. Come
For
on.
the love of God. That's so funny.
For the love of God. This is another major cringe moment in the submish. He actually says this is their first major fight, sir.
That's not a good
Sir.
sign, I feel like.
No, that's not a good sign.
What do they say?
Something's
You have
going
to
on.
like experience, like someone has to be really sick, some kind of fight. And there's like one other milestone that they say you should experience before you decide if you're going to get married.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I would say someone should be sick. You should have a huge fight. You should meet each other's parents. Someone should have to touch each other. You should have to smell each other's poop at least once because, it's like just bound to happen. Throw up. You need a throw up incident. You kind of got to test all the little
Yeah, really.
limits of life, the horrible limits of life.
Oy.
Okay, so I don't really know if I can give you a point or not, Sarah, because it went ESH, but then the top comment is a classic no verdict. So
Ugh,
you
hate
hate
that.
to see it, people. They wrote, OOP, you're not an asshole, but you're an idiot. She bought the dress. Hundreds, likely thousands have been spent on it. You can't return it. And actually, there's an edit. It cost $9K.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
actually going to
bad.
give it to you.
What?
I'm going to give it to you because look, I think she is saying you're not an asshole, you're an idiot. I don't think that would make her the asshole. So I think reading the letter of the law, or not the letter of the law, between the lines.
Ooh, we love that.
I'm going to give you a point. I think that is an NAH
All
verdict.
right. Love that. Okay. Well, actually, let's stick with the wedding theme because I have AITA for telling my friend to dress down for my wedding.
Telling my friend to dress down. That seems so reasonable. Why would well, I guess he could have come back at her for that, or she could have come back at them, or some fucking combination of genders there. I'm going to go no assholes here.
You are wrong.
I thought that was a
So-
of Danny got a point.
Basically, the OP's friend is a really stylish person, but she tends to overdress for most occasions. But, which is usually cool, except for the wedding, the friend was planning on wearing like a big ass sparkly gown, which is way too over the top. And OP was like, I'm not comfortable with you wearing that. It's going to outshine me. It's supposed to be my day. The friend got mad and said she already ordered the dress, and they had a huge argument. And it ended with OP telling the friend that if she's going to wear that dress, she can't come. Oof. So the top verdict was, it's common knowledge that it's bad form to show up to a wedding in a dress that is more eye-catching than the bride's. The friend always dresses to be the center of attention. Why can't she let the bride have the spotlight just this once? NTA.
NTA, and she is. Yeah, that makes sense.
Come on, a big
That makes
sparkly
perfect sense.
gown. Use your brain.
What are you doing? AITA for telling my boyfriend I don't want to hear him teach me lessons in every conversation we have.
Oh, that sounds fucking annoying. I'm gonna just go with NTA. That's my gut.
Frankly, Sarah, I agree with NTA, but it is wrong.
What?
Now, OP says basically that exactly what the title is. Her boyfriend, I guess, is smart. He works in finance and knows a lot about history and the economy. So he's one of these fact guys.
Ew.
And, she ends up saying like, hey, like sometimes I just don't want to have a conversation where you're like lecturing me, and
Yeah.
he gets hurt. And this is the cringe moment of cringe
Oh, boy.
in the submish. Can we have a moment of cringe in every submish?
Actually, I like that idea a lot.
Your moment of cringe. He actually says, oh, this hurts, that she's one of the only people who listens to him talk.
No, that's so sad.
No. Cleason coming in with the top verdict. No assholes here. I think
Yeah.
anyone reasonable can see where you're coming from, and you handled the issue like an adult by communicating with him about it. I also wouldn't call him an asshole yet because it was obvious he deeply enjoyed you listening to him, and to find out you didn't always enjoy it probably hurt his feelings.
Yeah, he just seems a little bit inept if nobody listens to him.
You're right. Maybe we don't need to call him an asshole, but like I do feel like here's what it is. Here's why I think I have an NTA instinct on this. If you're talking to someone and they're not interested, unless they're trying really hard, like at a job interview or some shit, they're gonna fucking give you signs that are kind of like,
they are,
hey.
But then I'm kind of like, if no one listens to him and he, like, I don't know, maybe he's not noticed. I guess he is noticing that no one's listening to him.
Yeah, I mean, you could chalk it up to ineptitude, but I think part of this too is like just cultivating yourself a little bit. Like, I don't really know anyone, you know, I guess in limited context, it can be fun to go to Fact-Town or something, but like, honestly, I feel like a lot of these kinds of people, there really is a verbosity that, I don't know if that's a word, but it's just like, yo,
I'll give you verbosity. Yes.
You give me verbosity? They're giving me verbosity, people. And it's like, what is this really about? You know what I mean? Like, why are we having a whole lecture on this? It's kind of like, here's what it is. It feels like it's not about having a conversation. It's about ego. And that is why I find it an asshole move.
I could see that. I guess we don't know enough, but I could go with the no assholes here. That doesn't really bother me. Mostly because now I fucking feel bad for this guy.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, but like, Sarah, that's kind of what I'm on about is like when you have selfish conversations like this, right? Kind of an indulgent conversation, like people ain't gonna like you because that's annoying. That's not attractive. That's like gross. Like you're just going on and on about your own bullshit. And it's like, you're not engaging with them. You're not having a dialogue. People don't want to be lectured. If we wanted to be lectured at, we'd be at community college.
I would go just talk to my dad. But yeah. I mean, I get it. But
a random dad jab. poor Ira. He didn't even know he was in the arena.
I know,
he just
right?
got shot.
Oh, he loves to lecture. It gets annoying, but like he knows he's doing it, so it's fine. We just humor him. All right.
Anyway, you didn't get the point.
That's
Hit me
all
with
right.
the next one.
Okay. AITA for insisting my sister gets a prenuptial agreement.
Fuck, I'm saying no assholes here again. Let's do it.
Oh, shit. You were right. I should have tried to talk you out of that. I don't know why I didn't. But you were right. So basically, OP and his sister own like 6 investment properties. The sister's getting married. The brother's like, oh, hey, why don't you get a prenup? And then they both kind of like laugh, or like, you know, they sort of laugh it off as a joke. But then OP's like, no, I wasn't joking. Like, do you want the name of my lawyer? And the sister just gets really offended, saying that OP's trying to jinx her marriage and blah, blah, blah. And so essentially the top verdict was no assholes here, but have you seen a lawyer about your options? Surely there's some agreement you and your sister could sign that would at least protect your half of things. You're not the first person whose business partner has gotten married. It's true. It's a good point.
Interesting. Yes. I see her side a little. I think this is a very valid no assholes here.
Yeah, agree.
Prenups are ugly, people. They are. I mean, I was really hurt at the notion of a prenup.
Honestly, it doesn't bother me.
That's good. That's good. I don't know why, but I guess I think one aspect of it is a very explicit sort of, I have more than you, like you have more to gain.
I mean, I suppose that's definitely true.
Right? You know, and like it does feel like, I don't know about if jinx is the right word for me, but it does feel like a little bit like you're already kind of halfway out of the marriage. That's an emotional thing on my end, but I think a lot of people will understand why I felt that way about it. I came around. I was actually down to do a prenup, but we didn't get nupped, people.
You didn't get nupped. That's fucking hilarious. That's funny. Now, honestly, it doesn't bother me just because I feel like I've been hearing so much about prenups my whole life. And also they're sometimes hard to enforce, so I feel like it just really depends, but I'm not opposed to the idea.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's a really good conversation. Speaking of pre-marriage steps, I think it's a really good conversation to have. And it is a mature couple move to be like, yo, let's talk about what would go down if this got ugly. You know, it's important.
Oh, yeah.
All right, people. Well, I believe that was a draw. So it looks like Sarah and I are back in a Thai town. Thai town. I would like some Thai food.
Thai town.
Guys, we got one heck of an ep for you today. Our second story of the day, AITA for cutting my wife off from assets. But first, it's AITA for calling out my kid's future stepmom for treating me like a surrogate. I, 29F, dated a guy, Joe, 30M, for 3 months before he left me to go back to his ex, Kim, 30F. Wow, 3 months. Right after we broke up, I found out I was preggo, and now I'm at 24 weeks. So that's 6 months, 2/3 done. I let him know.
You did that math way faster than I could have, so bravo.
Well, you know, the game 24 is a big part of my childhood. I got 24 related numbers on lock. Anyways, I let him know, and he was ecstatic. Turns out his GF had fertility issues and would never be able to get pregs naturally, and he's always wanted to be a father. Getting back together was out of the question for both of us, so he's still with the girlfriend. Joe was only allowed at the initial appointment because of COVID, and we found out I was having twins. Wow. Could this story get worse? Jesus.
It's about to.
According to Joe, when he told Kim she had a mental breakdown about her infertility and wanted to talk to me. I met them at their house, and Kim stated that she wanted to be involved in my pregnancy because she would eventually be the children's stepmom. She started telling me I needed to do a home birth, I needed to formula feed so that they could have babies half the week. What? Oh, I see. She needed to formula feed so that they could have the babies half the week. I get it. So that they're like on a steady diet.
Yeah.
That she wanted one boy and one girl. What? How does she think pregnancy works?
Yeah.
And
that's like I feel like Paris Hilton said something very similar and got like in a lot of trouble.
And that she wanted the kid to call her mama since they would be calling me mommy.
No.
Interesting.
None of this.
I shut her down and said I'd make the best choices for my kids and my body and left. Kim continued to be overbearing, texting me daily about my eating habits, exercise, and bitching about how her job wouldn't let her take maternity leave.
Oh my fucking God.
At the virtual genetics counseling appointment, hello, I didn't know we were in 2040. Virtual genetics counseling?
Yeah, you can just like screen for certain conditions and things like that. And I guess it was a virtual appointment because COVID.
Okay. All right. It just struck me as I'm meeting with a robot to design my child. But I guess it's okay. She attended instead of Joe and took over the whole meeting trying to talk about her family history, which wasn't relevant.
What
That's
is
the cringe
wrong
moment
with
of the
this
sub.
woman?
Cringe moment of the submission.
Oh, yeah. Yikes.
When it came time for my 20-week level 2 scan, they allowed me one guess, and Joe suggested I take Kim. I refused. Joe ended up coming, and he found out the gender because I wanted to keep it a surprise for me so we could throw a gender reveal. I put a pregs announcement on my social, and then she put up an announcement saying they were expecting twins the non-traditional way and how blessed she was. I was irritated, but I kept my mouth shut. Then she threw a gender reveal and posted it on social media. I wasn't invited.
What?
She also announced that she's having a baby shower.
No.
I commented on her post and told her to stop treating me like a surrogate, that the kids weren't hers, and that Joe didn't have any claim or custody of the kids until they're born. I then called Joe and reiterated all of this and stated that I would not be seeing either of them until we went to family court and that my mother would be my birthing partner. He and Kim and some of her friends and family are saying I'm an asshole, and her mother even called and insisted I give her one of my babies like this is the Parent Trap. AITA.
What kind of Lifetime movie, Jodi Picoult book shit is this? I am floored that people act like this in real life, allegedly, unless this is a really good creative writing exercise.
Yeah, this is truly a level of needing to check before you wreck.
This is so nuts. And honestly, like, I have very limited sympathy for this woman, like, struggling with fertility. Fine. It pretty much ends there. But I have to say that OP is putting up with, like, way more lunacy than she really should be, like, at all.
Totally. I mean, all of this kind of starts to make me wonder about this woman, you know? I mean, first of all, everyone is so fresh here. These people don't even know each other. Like, They were together 3 months.
Right. That's
it was
nuts.
his ex. It was his ex at least. So at least he has some background with Kim.
Right. He knows her, but like she doesn't even know really the father very well. And she doesn't know this woman at all. And honestly, I would be fucking salty if the guy I was dating left me for his ex and now she wanted me to like give her one of my kids. Like, what the hell? Like, I wouldn't have a good view towards her because I would be salty.
Absolutely. Well, in Kim's defense, I think this is a pretty terrible situation for her.
I mean, she must be feeling a lot of feelings.
She's feeling a lot of feelings because I guess Joe and her split, and then, Joe got with OP, and then he goes back to, Kim, and now OP is kind of, inextricably tied to them, and that sucks for them, and it sucks for Kim. So
I have like some sympathy for like, a woman who's wanted to always have kids and is realizing that she's struggling with fertility. I mean, that's really a lot to deal with, and to see someone very close to you have a pregnancy that was unplanned has got to take a toll. But like, that's it. None of that excuses any of her actions or makes them any less like outrageous.
Absolutely. Eileen A, NTA, they aren't even married. She's F crazy. I wouldn't let them near my kids. Take me to court. Also, name your kids after you. Keep the crazy bee away. Very Fatal Attraction vibes.
Yeah. I haven't seen Single White Female, but this is giving me that.
Very uncomfortable. Auntie, OP needs to hire a family lawyer. Totally agree. Classic get a lawyer. Top Reddit comment. Mocha Lover 1. Thank you. I love Mocha too. Finally, someone's saying it. NTA. OP. I'm not being dramatic in any way when I say get a lawyer. Classic Reddit. We haven't actually run into too many get a lawyers, but this is a classic Reddit trope.
It's like dump him, get a lawyer, go to the gym, and start working out. It's the Reddit trifecta.
The Reddit trifecta. There's only 3 things to do.
Literally in any situation.
Yeah, I think the other sad part, and this is what they say, almost none of Kim's behavior is okay. It's disturbing. File a police report for harassment. I don't know if we need to go that far, but it is ugly because, I do feel like Kim's kind of uncheckedness and her inability to respect OP and her autonomy and understand that, like, I think there is a pre-birth boundary. For sure. It's kind of like,
I mean, this is so rude, like so unbelievably rude. Like, she's taking everything from this woman who is pregnant with fucking twins. And also the boyfriend or the ex or whoever is not the baby daddy is enabling her to the max. And that is offensive and completely like absurd.
Yeah. And what's the worst I can say about OP?
Little unassertive.
Because?
She's like, let it get to this point. Like, she took him to one of the meetings. Like, she didn't put her foot down sooner, but that's really all I can say.
She's throwing a gender reveal party. I can come for her for that. That's a joke. Update from OP. I never considered that this could have happened on purpose. We use condoms because I don't react well to hormonal birth control. I had to wait to get a non-hormonal IUD because of other medical issues. The Thursday I posted this, I went to the cops and stated there was nothing they could do because a crime hadn't been committed. In my state, orders of protection are criminal or family, so I was able to file one against Joe. On Friday, I got a lawyer, and they let me know in my state there was nothing I could do as far as custody before the babies are born. So I'm leaving my state soon. Whoa. To ensure that it isn't my baby's home state and I can't be charged with anything.
That sounds like almost kidnapping. I don't know when you're pregnant, but like you can't, like if the kids are born, you can't take them out of state lines.
Yeah.
That sounds like a court fight, but whatever. Ugh.
However, someone said this to Kim and she came to my job, damaged my car, and broke a bunch of office windows. I work with kids, so she was arrested for not just criminal damage and trespassing, but also child endangerment. So hopefully that works in my favor. Also, if Joe did it on purpose, I don't think Kim knew because she was screaming at me about how I stole her life and everything I had was supposed to be hers.
Ooh, dark turn.
I want to believe, but I don't know. This just got too ridiculous. This is setting off fake vibes for me. But
I mean, I hope that's fake? I feel like we can look that up.
I hope it's fake.
It would
what do you mean?
Be in the news somewhere. You'd think.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be tough. We don't really know any of the kind of keywords. Like, we know she works with kids, so probably a school, could be a daycare, could be a come on. What the fuck is come on, by the way? You ever seen this come on?
What are you talking about?
Kumon. I've been wanting to talk about this for years.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I don't think that's how it's pronounced. It has a little smiley guy as the logo.
Kumon. How the fuck do you say Kumon?
I think that's it.
How do you say Kumon? Listen, I'm pissed off about. Oh, it's pronounced Kumon. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? Maybe I need to attend Kumon to learn how to say Kumon. Here's my qualm, Sarah. Their logo is a kid with look like his eyes are bulging out of his head, and he's got a neutral expression. How is that appropriate?
I like it.
I don't like it.
It's
This
a cute
kid
little
looks like an
smiley
idiot.
face.
He's not smiling.
I like it.
He's not smiling. He looks like he has a disease.
No, he doesn't.
Kumon. Here's what I say to Kumon. Come on. How about that, people?
Oh, God.
All right. We're getting out of it. It bombed. It was a bad Kumon bit. But I've been wanting to talk about it. Get at me in the DMs
So
if you're with
random.
me on this fucking Kumon logo.
All right.
AITA for calling out my kid's future stepmom for treating me like a surrogate. Personally, I'm not buying it, but it doesn't matter. I think we agree. A wholehearted NTA
Yeah.
and this crazy B. And Joe. I'll come for Joe. Joe's doing
big
nothing
time.
either. He needs...
I'll come for him big time.
Both of them are the assholes. All right, people, we're going to play a little game here. Throwing it back to a classic round of assholes at the doctor.
Okay, the person who looked something up on WebMD and thinks they have a medical degree.
Okay, that's definitely me. The person who you got there, you've been waiting 20 minutes, and somehow this motherfucker rolls up and they go in immediately. Well, why?
Oh,
How come
I hate
have to
that.
wait? Who are you? Are you a VIP? Are you the CEO of Kumon? Fuck you.
The doctor VIP. Okay. The people having a loud conversation in the waiting room.
Oh my God. How are you vibing this hard at the doctor's office? You people you are mentally sick. You're at the wrong kind of doctor.
Oh my God.
The guy watching, you're watching a loud video on your phone?
Forget it.
Of the fight last night? That's not bedside manner. We're here to get fixed. And you're punched in the eye. It's insane.
You know what? I'm going to say this. When the doctor is like an hour late and you're just sitting in the waiting room twiddling your thumbs, it's the worst.
What is he doing?
Yeah. It's
What
like,
is he
you're seeing other
doing?
patients? How dare you?
And he always strolls in with this vibe of like, oh yeah, just as you expected. It's like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah.
It's been 17 minutes.
Right. Or like, could you have at least warned me? I would have grabbed a magazine from the waiting room. Jeez.
What about the guy who's coughing and at first he's like pretty diligent, but then as time goes on, he kind of fades. He's not even turning anymore. He's kind
It's
of
the worst.
coughing into the open. It's disgusting,
no.
sir. Please.
That is totally the worst. I don't know.
The guy putting his feet up on the coffee table. Do we need to explain to you that that's not appropriate? We're not at your house. We're not in your fucking man cave, Frank. Put your feet the fuck
Come on,
down. Nobody
Frank.
wants to see. Come on, Frank. We don't want to see the bottom of your shoes, okay?
What about like when you're standing there to check in and they just ignore you for like 5 minutes and you're like, all right, so do I go sit down or like, what do I do now? Keep standing
Am
here
I getting
forever.
ghosted? I'm getting ghosted live by my doctor. What about the forms? Let me say this. I go to the same doctor. I go to the same, no matter what, they're always like, fill out this form. You fucking know me, people.
Oh my God, seriously, every time they're like, are you allergic to anything? And I'm like, yes, the same drug that's been on every
I've
single
told
form.
you.
Like, you guys need to know this. I feel like this is low-key your job.
Right?
That is the worst.
Are you my ex? Because you're not listening. I've told you my shit.
Right? Oh,
You
man.
have my data.
Ugh, okay, finally the bill that's like $1 million when all they did was put a Band-Aid on your cut.
It's insane. Band-Aid cost 40 grand. You're like, what was in the Band-Aid? It looked like a normal Band-Aid. It's sick.
The worst.
Actually, I'll talk shit right now, people. And actually, I think there's some wisdom here. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn because I might get burned, but I've got this like long-standing bill from my hospital when I got my emergency appendectomy when they took out my old appendix in there, okay? Sarah,
Yes.
they're billing me $3 grand. I've called these motherfuckers literally, that's right. You should go off alarm. It's upsetting. I've called these people 5 times, Sarah.
Yeah.
5 times at least to say, hey, my insurance is covering this. It was an emergency appendectomy. And they're like, yes, it was an emergency, but we need this from them. I'm like,
Just
okay,
have them resubmit it. It's like their job to go back and forth with the insurance company. This is what you do. You just have them resubmit it, and then you call your insurance company a million times as well to be like, you need to get on their ass because, again, this is not my job.
I have done that. I've called both of these individuals and companies like 5 times. So finally, this is what I'm doing. I don't have a paper trail, though. And this is where I freaked out. I was like, I don't have a paper trail. I want records that prove that I've done this. I have audio recordings because I'm a psycho.
Or just keep like lists of like, don't they give you a number on the call or something? Like confirmation and like a person you talk to?
Nothing. They give me nothing. They're always like, we'll figure it out. We'll call you back. And they never do.
No.
So I finally found an email. Now I'm creating a paper trail and I'm getting very excited about it.
Ooh, we love a paper trail.
I'm like, go ahead, send the debt to collections. We'll see what happens. You're going to end up in small claims court and you're going to get fucked. Anyway.
Love that.
Anyway, that's needing a doctor in America. Welcome to hell. Woo-wee.
Truly. It's fucked.
It's fucked. Guys, please rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Please give us 5 stars or whatever on iTunes. Give us a review. Talk shit about me if you must. Join us on Patreon. $5 a month. It's a ton of fun. We're doing bi-weekly happy hours. I'll happily, by the way, I will happily go to weekly. We're going to see how attendance goes because we usually get about 10 people at them, which I think is a really great number. If we get 10 people every other week, you better believe we'll go weekly, baby. We'll go hard. Join us. We love you. Rate, review, subscribe. AITA for cutting my wife off from assets. Kind of a minimalist title. Technically, my wife and I are still married. Well,
great opening line. Wow.
We've been separated for almost a year, but neither of us has filed for divorce yet. Oh, wow. Love this couple. Last spring, when COVID first got bad, both my adult kids lost their job and couldn't make rent. So I offered for them to stay with us until they got back on their feet. Oh, no. What a nightmare household. This caused a lot of stress for everyone involved. I work 50 hours a week in manufacturing. My wife hasn't worked in a decade. This was her choice. She's never liked working. Who does? And she wanted to pursue making income on Etsy and other similar sites. Definitely want to push back on never like working. Who does? So when my son and daughter came to stay with us, our house became much more crowded than usual. My wife stays at home all day. She felt that my kids were invading her space and wanted them out pretty much immediately.
What do you mean my kids? They're not her kids as well?
Yeah, did he say that? Both of my adult children.
Oh, okay, so I guess they aren't her kids.
They're not her kids, yeah. She felt I was enabling them by letting them come stay with us and we should let them sink or swim on their own. Wow, lady. I told her I couldn't let my children suffer when I was in a position to help. After a few weeks, shit hit the fan. My wife had a blow up at my son and daughter because she felt they weren't pulling their weight. She gave them chore lists and would get angry when all things weren't done. My kids were both looking for work, okay? Dealing with unemployment offices and doing housework took a backseat to those things, rightfully so, in my mind. I came home from work one day to my wife screaming like a banshee at my son. Can I just say, Sarah, what the fuck is the banshee? What is a banshee?
I don't know. I think it's like a mythical creature.
It's a mythical screaming creature?
I think so.
What's a banshee? We'll come back to this. When I walked in, my wife immediately turned her ire to me and told me that if I didn't kick my kids out right away, she was out. So I told her my kids were staying. And she packed her stuff and called her sister to pick her up. Wife also doesn't drive. Good Christ.
Oh my God, the fucking disdain. That's coming through my screen.
I'm getting a little tired of this lady. Since then, we've barely spoken. She won't answer my calls and will respond to pretty much every text with, unless your kids are gone, we have nothing to talk about. Mind you, my daughter moved out during the winter after finding a new job, and my son has been working part-time for 6 months while working for full-time work and saving money to move out. My wife didn't even tell me when her dad passed away earlier this year. I had to find out on Facebook.
Whoa.
When I tried to call her, she wouldn't answer and ignored all my texts too. Since it has become painfully obvious to me that this relationship is over, I decided to finally file for divorce. However, as soon as my wife was served the papers, she flipped out. She's pissed I cut off her access to our shared checking account, and I'm pissed that she will no longer have access. Oh, and she is pissed that she will no longer have access to health insurance through my employer. She has called me an asshole more times than I can count, and her siblings have joined the choir on that refrain now too. I do feel bad that this is going to make her life more difficult, but I no longer feel it's my obligation to provide for her when she clearly wants nothing to do for me. AITA.
Oh boy. Okay, so I actually want to get your opinion first because I have some intel.
Ooh, I love intel. I have some intel myself, Sarah. A banshee is a fairy woman. She's a female spirit in Irish folklore.
I love it.
Interestingly, you don't run into this too often. She heralds the death of a family member by, of course, wailing, shrieking, or keening, which I guess is, what's keening? Vocal lament for the dead, crying, weeping.
Yes, I know it well.
So really, it's really crying.
Good vocal lament.
It really is, though. It's almost being used a little bit wrong. It's really more like, I was so hurt, I screamed like a banshee, but it's never really used that way.
That makes sense. No, but nobody ever uses it that way.
Nobody. Anyway, AITA for being a banshee. We're saying no assholes here. So, all right. So, God, Sarah, I guess my read here is she basically, I mean, God, all right. I'm a little afraid that you made me go first here. I feel vulnerable. All right, let's go. I feel like she's using his ass. She wants nothing to do with him. You know, if the house isn't the way that she wants it, which is she wants it all to herself, she doesn't want to work. By the way, she's obviously not raising the kids, right? They're adult kids. So she's literally a stay-at-home wife, not a stay-at-home mom. Those aren't even her kids and they're adults. So she's chilling at home, which is fine if that's the relationship they want to have. But you know, it then feels like what honestly is their relationship. She stopped communicating with him. She's not hanging out with him. And so he's like, okay, I'm filing for divorce. I don't see that as an asshole move. That seems like a very logical next step.
I get that. Here's my only thing though, is number one, like his disdain for her is coming through in like all these little ways. So already my kind of radar's going off. The other thing is, honestly, I really don't think it's unreasonable to want your 2 adult kids to contribute to your household a little bit. Like 2 extra adult people is a lot in a house. And, you know, even if you are a stay-at-home mom, I feel like it's fair to ask them to contribute a little bit if they're living for rent, if they're living there rent-free. Like, you know, I don't think that's an unfair assumption or just like desire. That's my only
you're right.
thing.
There's a lot of information that we're not being given.
Oh, yeah.
Is she making their meals? You know, this woman...
Right. Is she taking, like, you know, you're taking out extra trash, you're cleaning up after extra people. And again, they're adults.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I hate to say this, Sarah, you might come for me now, but, you know, she doesn't drive. It's like, does she cook? I don't even know if she cooks. He never says she cooks.
I mean,
you know, it's,
I'm assuming they're not making takeout every single night. You know, I'm sure she cooks. I don't think driving is the same as cooking. Like lots of people who live in the city never learn to drive.
All right. That's fair. So I think we're kind of on the same page that maybe OP is painting a certain picture here. I think I'm with you on that. Is that pretty much what you're saying?
My inclination.
I think that's fair. Amy L writes NTA, she can't have it both ways. I think that's also pretty fair. She does seem to be wanting to have her cake and eat it. I mean, she's not even engaging with him. I think we can agree that's kind of a key part of a relationship, that you actually talk to the other person. Whisper M, NTA, she needs to learn to sink or swim on her own. That's good, Whisper. That's good. Then she wrote ETA, YTA. I don't know what that means.
Edited to add.
What?
Edited to add.
Oh, look at that.
Woo. Got the acronyms.
That's what you get. Yeah, you get into an Ivy League school, you start busting out things, Sarah. That's impressive. YTA for manipulating the situation to make it fit your agenda. Why don't you post all the facts before making it look like your ex-wife is a monster?
Dun, dun, dun.
So she's on the same page as you. Jillian D, ESH, you can't weaponize shared assets. A judge will eventually decide who gets what, and you'll know for sure who the asshole is then. I don't agree with that final part. Okay, let's go into the assets. So what did he do? He cut off her access to our shared checking account.
Yeah, I feel like you can't do that if her name's on it.
That does feel like a crime. It was a shared checking account.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need to come for him for the health insurance because that is a result of having a divorce. Your employer doesn't provide health insurance for your girlfriend.
Right. I mean, I guess technically it's like, do they wait until the divorce is actually settled before you cut someone off your health insurance?
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
really know.
if he went into their like, back end HR portal and instantly cut her off before the divorce went through, it'd be like, okay, yes, you are an asshole.
I mean,
like
he just filed. This divorce is like not even through, like not even close. So.
Well, yeah, but he says that she's pissed that she will no longer have,
Oh, I
not that she
see.
doesn't have. So
I see. That's a little bit of an ambiguous point, but the checking I'll come for him on.
Yep. Kate ESH. It sounds like he didn't talk to his wife about the kids moving back in. Ooh, that is a high charge. That can really bring me into a solid ESH. I was a little uncomfortable with it. He doesn't actually go into it. She said she felt I was enabling them, which I think is also unfair, and I don't like that about her, that she doesn't seem to have any humanity. But he does seem to kind of have a vibe of like, that's just what it's going to be. And it's her space too. It's kind of a renege on their situation. It's tough. It's tough. I think I'm definitely with you more though, because the fact that she's so angry about it and then it translates into housework, that is making me feel like OP's painting a picture here. It feels like she was put into a place she really didn't want to be in, and that is unfair to her, and she kind of has a right to push back on that.
And it seems like he's sort of silently held it against her that she hasn't been working and like not talked about it.
Yeah. Top Reddit comment, equivalent caller 59. Don't listen to OP. He's left loads out. Oh boy. And if you look in the comments, his wife has medical issues as to why she can't work.
There it is.
She was trying to seek stuff on Etsy to make money. They live in a 2-bed trailer. Oh, no. This is way too tight of conditions.
Yeah.
The daughter got the wife's craft room that she used for her job, and the son slept in the living room, so she felt like she could only be in her bedroom. The 2 adult kids barely did anything to contribute to the house. They basically did their own laundry and cooked 1 meal a week. She asked them to do some chores like clean the gutters, which she was unable to, and OP told her that the guests shouldn't have to do things in the house. Guests that have been there for over 6 months at this point.
Oh, yep. And there it is.
Okay,
The truth.
I might be ready to actually move all the way to YTA.
I think so. I think, like, honestly, I honestly feel like even facts of the situation aside, like anyone who's going this far out of their way to try to paint their wife as an asshole for Reddit, like that's asshole move in and of itself.
Right. And like, honestly, the fact that he didn't mention it was in a trailer, I'm like,
that's key. Come on. We all assumed it was a house.
Oh, yeah. I pictured a big house with like a big living room.
Even like, honestly, an apartment, I think you would have to mention. Because, like, again, that shit is tight.
That shit's tight. Adding 2 people into a tight space is like, that starts to be like, yo, you're just constantly uncomfortable. You're constantly with these people. I'll go with you, Sarah. AITA for cutting my wife off from assets. I think we agree. YTA.
We sure do. That was fun.
We're going to play a little round of Asshole Advocate. We're going to be advocating today for the guy who's double parked.
I mean, look, he just needs to run in really quick. He'll be in and out in 2 minutes. He swears.
He's getting insulin, okay? So why are you fucking judging him? You think you're better than him? Okay, it's hereditary, you piece of shit.
Yeah, don't act like you've never done it. We all do it.
We all do it. Let me say this, and I really mean this. This is not part of the game, because I know a lot of you hate double parkers. You don't know the history. You don't know what's been going down. You don't have surveillance footage. It is very possible that somebody before them parked in a weird way and set the pattern off wrong, and so that they ended up in a double park, but they didn't actually double park initially. You see me on this, Sarah?
Not really. Because if you're on the outside, there's no way to have not done that.
Well, I'm not saying in every situation, but like sometimes I've been in a parking lot where like everyone is parked on the line and you're like, what is going on? And it's because the initial person set the pattern off wrong, right? So suppose it's because everyone's there to, register to get the vaccine. So then it clears out and then you show up and there's one asshole parked over 2 spots on the middle of the line. And you're like, what an idiot. Well, you don't know the history. You don't know the history.
You don't know what I've been through. You also don't know how many times I've driven around the block. Like, what am I going to continue to contribute to, like, what's the word? Like, emissions in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
No, let me just double park real quick, run in, run out. I'm saving the environment.
Oh, wait, what do you think double park? I thought double parking was when you took up 2 parking spots at once.
Oh my God, no. I thought double parking is like when you literally like kind of stop, like if there's a line of cars and then you just stop next to the line of cars. Like you're parked next to a car.
Like you're parked in the street, blocking the street?
Yeah. That's what I thought double parking was.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a New York City thing. Well, okay, I could defend that guy easier. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm dropping off the Sparklets water. Some people like delicious Sparklets water for their, growing kids. You know what kind of kids love Sparklets waters? Kumon kids. How about that?
What brand of water is this?
Oh, I guess it's an Arizona brand, so my defense
never
is
heard of
faltered, but it's a water.
What else do I say? I mean, who can even keep track of alternate side parking anyway? I don't even know what that means.
It's so confusing. Parking is so confusing in New York.
So confusing. And it's so expensive. Like what? I have to pay $25 just to... Actually, I think that's a low price for parking in the city. Like $40 to leave my car somewhere?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. Well, maybe the reason that they needed to take up 2 parking spots with their enormous truck is because they have inadequacy issues, and they're working on them. You don't know. Maybe the guy in the monster truck looking monster, he's working on him. He's in therapy, but he just started. His friends are roasting him because therapy they think is, feminine or something, but he's working on it. So maybe give him a chance and let him enjoy his trucks with 60-inch tires or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he was just in a rush and had to pull into the spot. Maybe, you're in the hospital emergency room parking lot. You just had to skirt in there. His wife's about to have a baby. Didn't have time to line it up.
All right, people, that's asshole advocates. We advocated for a few different kinds of people. I think double parking is it's a fascinating phenomenon. You know what else is fascinating? Leaving reviews for podcasts. Guys, please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen, Spotify. That would be, I don't even know if you can leave reviews on Spotify. Please get on the Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. Bonus episodes every single week. You request, we do it. Call-in show where you can be on the pod. Hello. We got bi-weekly happy hours. I'll make them weekly, people. We'll do it. Rate, review, subscribe. We're going to wrap up here. AITA for being non-biased in my book. I'm writing a book where I'm speaking about a heated topic / injustice, which I shall call Sports Issues, the book.
Love it.
Sports Issues, the book. The book will most likely be marketed by those who work in sports because I doubt the general public would be interested due to the specific nature of the book. 99% of those who work in the sporting sector believe what happens around sports issue is wrong. I also think it's wrong, but I have to be careful talking about it because of my line of work. Because of this, I'm considering remaining neutral on the topic in my book. This means I will be equally exploring the goods and bads of sports issue, saying A feels, on the other hand, B feels, so it's non-biased. Problem is, am I the asshole? Addendum, sports issue is a ridiculous injustice, and 99% of people working in sports think the same as me. If I don't call it the injustice, people may question it. Already had one person think, just because I posted on social media, that the book is exploring both sides of the opinion.
Interesting. I mean, this is hard because I feel like this is way too vague. I don't even really need to know what the issue is. Like, that's not really necessary, but I actually need to know, like, the format of the book. Like, why... If I'm reading a book, like let's say if I'm reading a nonfiction book, that's educational, I don't really expect it to be opinionated. If it's just laying out the facts, but then I wonder why even write a book exploring an issue why even write a book attempting to defend an issue that 99% of people think is wrong? Like, why legitimize that 1% by presenting it with a balanced argument?
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is of what does that balance look like? I mean, look, I think you and me to a lesser extent, we're very fascinated in cults and, anti-vaxxers, MLMs, and kind of fringe perspectives. They're fascinating.
Oh, yeah. Love that shit.
So it's kind of how you're going to frame this. I guess for me, let's go to kind of an issue that I don't really hear about these days, which is like evolution, and And there are people, smart people, who don't think that evolution is real or valid or true. And I absolutely think that they can be mentioned in a book, even in a book in a classroom. I think that can be very valuable to just say, like, there are people who think this. And, you know, they
but
are.
I think it's important to also kind of couch that in the framing, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, to couch it as, like, you know, the reality is that what percent of people think this? We're talking about a very, very small percentage of people. We're also talking about a small percentage of people who would be considered credible, you know, or experts on the field.
Right. Or
you
like,
know?
you know, people, anti-vaxxers believe like vaccines cause autism, and then you have to couch it in like, well, study after study has proved that's not true. And the guy who even wrote the study, like did the study, completely falsified it or whatever. So.
Right. I mean, for me, I think it even makes it meatier to go into why they think what they think. Let's go.
Well,
Why
I mean, I think it's important to teach people like the factors that lead people to believe things like flat earth or whatever, so that they don't fall into the same pitfalls. As long as you don't legitimize it while, as long as you don't go about it in a way that legitimizes it, it's hard to kind of explain. So that's why I'm kind of wondering why OP is so concerned about writing a balanced take on something that 99% of his field thinks is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be as simple as saying, like, all right, well, here's the people who think Earth is round, and that's going to be the vast majority of the book. And then we're going to talk a little bit about people who think the Earth is flat, and this is one thing they say, and this is how the round earthers address it, you know? And that's it. You're really just kind of saying, like, this exists, and there are arguments that they make, and those arguments might seem valid or have some validity. You know, the Earth, let me say this, it does look flat out there. I've never really seen that it looks like a sphere.
I mean, right? How many times have you been to the horizon?
I never been to the horizon.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been on a tall building and it didn't look like a sphere from there. And I've been on an airplane, it didn't even look like a sphere from there. So I really do think that they're on to something with those kind of points. And I think there's probably some validity there, but I do feel like there's a scientific explanation of why it doesn't actually look like a sphere.
Right. Yeah, I need more info. It's hard because it's like, why is he afraid of that 1% of people?
Yeah, I guess it seems like he thinks that even mentioning them, I guess I like that example because it's like, it is true that Earth doesn't look like a sphere. That is a true sentence. And you'd be a liar if you said that wasn't true. So it's easy to understand why some people could fall into the flat Earth mentality or whatever it may be, because on its face, by my own senses, that does appear to be true. And that can be very difficult to wrangle. And that can, you know, obviously is a metaphor for whatever, you know, crazy issue this is.
Right. I think it's really like, okay, he says, 99% of those working in the sports sector believes what happens about the issue is wrong. I also think the issue is wrong, but I have to be careful talking about it because of my line of work. Well, why? Like that's what I don't get. It's like, well, you work in the sports sector, assuming if you're writing a sports book,
right?
99% of people in your industry think it's wrong. So like, who are you really worried about pissing off?
Right.
That's what I need info on.
Yeah, I mean, I think you put it right. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you put it right that it's really about proper couching, proper contextualizing. You know, I could even go farther in, and I probably shouldn't say this, but look, it's a perspective that exists. Like Holocaust deniers do exist.
Please don't. Please don't.
Well, no, but I always say, like, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? You know,
anti-Semitism, baby.
Yeah, and I think it's helpful for people because they go, well, how is this possible? Like you said, it actually helps to go into why they think that, because then you can go like, well, actually, the reason they think that is just because of hatred. Like there really is no good reason.
Nothing deeper than that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have other reasons and other materials and other bullshit they provide, and that's why it can be good to cover fringe perspectives to give people the tools to understand like how they kind of set these
Yeah.
traps.
I
'Cause
mean, also
people
just
do
even to be aware of this stuff so that you're not surprised when you encounter it, frankly.
exactly.
But like, I guess I will say that I feel like as a writer, especially if you're writing like a nonfiction educational book, I don't necessarily think the reader expects the writer to give an opinion, but the way that they frame it and
Yes.
the way it's covered can lead the reader to read between the lines as to the author's opinion. Like I read this true crime book about John Benet Ramsey's murder, obviously, as I do, by one of the former lead investigators on the case. And I imagine because the Ramseys are extremely litigious, he did not outright ever say who he thought did it. But the way that he presented the information, the things that he focused on, the theories that he really did not delve so deeply into, really like it was pretty clear like what he actually thought without saying it. So I definitely think that as a writer, there's a way to do that.
Yeah, I think couching, contextualizing how you present, it's also just like percentage of the book, percentage of the piece.
Exactly. Like, are you going to spend 50% of the book going into, why people with this fringe perspective believe that it's right? Or are you going to, I don't know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, do I think a science book should talk about anti-vaxxers and anti-evolution people and all these things? Yeah, of course. I think that should be 3% of the book, 2% of the book, whatever. Like it should be in there. So that's it. It's really just about finding a balance and couching and contextualizing and that's it.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, I don't. Who are the other assholes in this situation? I don't really know where I think about the verdict.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, it really does feel like a no assholes here. I mean,
Except
I guess
the
I'm trying.
people who believe this probably terrible opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Ashley M writes, nope, you're being a good writer. Things are hardly as ever simple as being one-sided, and others need to understand that. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would say that it's more about having empathy for why some people could believe something so blatantly false. Like going back to flat earthers, it's like, I don't actually necessarily think these people are stupid. I think they've kind of fallen into a series of like cognitive traps,
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's how all this goes. That's how anti-vax goes too. And it's like, if you go down the right wormhole and you're not discerning and you don't have good media literacy, then all of a sudden these positions start to seem very plausible.
To me, I also think there's a factor of, I feel like our society prioritizes education and like people who don't have it are looked down upon and they want to feel kind of smart in their own way. So
Absolutely.
They believe that they actually, in fact, are smarter than people who are traditionally educated. And I feel like that factors into it too.
I have a friend who does this all the time. He's like, doctors don't know what they're doing. I'm like, well, not every doctor is great. Just like there's shitty therapists or some doctors that are okay. But like,
yeah, there's people who are shitty at every single job in the world. Like,
yeah,
but doctors as a whole, they're smarter than me. Come on, it's okay.
Absolutely. I mean, these are some of the most educated people. I mean, give me a break. Even a dumb
you
doctor.
go to school for 10 years and then come talk to me. No, thanks.
It's a chat. Let me say, I would be impressed if I met a doctor who is truly stupid. I'm like, that is impressive that you spent that long in school and managed to say stupid. I almost commend you for that if you can pull that shit off. Yeah, give me a break. Yeah, no, you're right. I love that you said that. I think there is a vibe. It's anti-intellectualism is one way. I think another part of it is ego. I mean, I suffer from it. As you've told me that you're, getting more education, I find that challenges my ego a little bit. I think my parents are, both more educated than I am. Mm-hmm. I think it's in the water, a little bit. There's actually a phrase that I think Jordan Peterson says that a lot of people are unhappy because they're more smart than they are educated, And I meet people all the time where I go, this person's a fucking idiot, but they make more money than me and they have a better job than me or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's because they're more, they went to school longer, and that can cause kind of chips on people's shoulders. I think you're on point. I think you're on something there.
It definitely causes a huge chip. I feel like that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they seek out these fringe perspectives to like get some kind of ego boost and feel like they know something. Yeah.
100 OP.
Nonetheless, OP, just, cover it responsibly, run it by some of your peers. I mean, we're being very broad here. Get an editor and, couch that shit up but cover it. I think it's important to cover it. I mean,
I think you can't cover an issue that is, I don't think you can cover an issue without like acknowledging this thing. If that's the whole crux of your book, like it's going to feel like, I don't even know what to say.
Well, that's where I'm at odds with OP, where he claims it's a heated topic, and yet 99% of people claim.
Is why I'm confused.
How 99-1 is not heated.
That doesn't seem heated at all.
That's a fringe group, right? Like that's going back to all of our examples here, it's like, yes, evolution, sure, maybe in America, I don't even know, it might be like 55 to 45, but if you look at scientists, it's like 95 to 5,
Well, I guess then maybe there is a thing where he doesn't really need to spend a lot of time on this fringe perspective. If it really is 1%, it can briefly be like a one-off.
Absolutely. If it's truly 1% OP, I mean, give him a couple pages.
I wouldn't spend too much time on it.
Yeah, it seems like they're whack jobs, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that is the ep. It got a little serious at the end, but we do love you, and we will see you next Monday morning. Please rate, review, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.